Hey guys, welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you've been here before. My name's Liz and this is Let's Get Lizical, where we do everything card making. Today's going to be a bit more of a chatty video, I think, and a little bit of like educational, I guess, because I just wanted to go through things that you buy / don't buy when you have a Brother Scan and Cut. Like, I know I've mentioned it before that I do have that cutting machine, which is great for stampers. Because it makes it so you don't need to buy coordinating dies anymore. Coordinating dies get extremely expensive, and when I first started stamping, I did, of course, buy all the dies. I have a Cricut manual machine for cutting, but ever since I got the Brother Scan and Cut, I no longer buy those because you can scan your images in and cut them out with the machine. I'm not going to give a demonstration today. There's plenty of videos out there that shows it. I just wanted to give my opinions on when I do buy dies now, because I still do buy dies once in a while, and then when I don't. Hey guys, so I think I forgot to mention that I will be announcing the winner of the giveaway at the end of this video. I'll add a timestamp in there if I can. Just if you want to just skip to the giveaway, that's fine, but for now we'll go through the video, and then once I'm done with that, I will announce the winner. So I just grabbed a stamp set. This happens to be the little Dino Agenda, which is like one of my favorites from Mama Elephant. But for something like this, I would not buy coordinating dies for, because my Brother Scan and Cut will cut out these images no problem. And I can stamp this whole sheet and then cut out the images. And if you set it up so that it has, I think it's 0.04 border, it will give you that like white outline. You can also go up to, I think it goes up to 1 inch total. So if you wanted to have like a 1 inch white border around this for whatever reason, you could do that. Or if you wanted to do no border, it will cut directly on the line, and then you could just use your black marker on the edges to make it look like you fussy cut it out. But I usually use the 0.04. Sometimes I'll use 0.04 and then I'll bump it up to 0.08 and then cut another color just to like double matte it in a sense. So you'll have your white border plus another color on the outside, depending on what I'm doing. Usually I do it for sentiments. But for like critters and whatnot, I would not buy any more dies for those, because I have my cutting machine for that. And I'll even like stamp 2 or 3 of these images, run it through my machine and cut it just to save time. I don't like fussy cutting because I'm a bit of a perfectionist when it comes to the outlines. I did do a card the other day where I did fussy cut, and I was like, it's okay. I'm trying to like let it go, you know, just try not to be so much of a perfectionist, but that takes time. So the times when I do buy dies are stuff like this. So these are wedding silhouettes, but they have a bit of like detail in them. If you want to do your simple shapes, matting layers with like the stitching details, stuff like that, like then I would go ahead and buy the dies for that kind of thing. But these ones like I got on Temu, so they were super cheap. And then stuff like this, where yes, I could make a cut file for this, but it's not going to give me all the etching detail that this gives. This is just like I think it's like an Xbox remote. But it comes in also in 2 sizes. So yeah, so something like this is good to have the dies for. There are a bunch of tiny little pieces that you do have to watch out for, but sometimes I don't even use those. I just allow the etching to be there. Doesn't want to go back. I do have sets of nesting dies. I don't use them very often. I actually bought these more recently just because I wanted them for cutting out mixed media backgrounds, or backgrounds where I go above and beyond the A2 size, and then I could pick which area I wanted. I think Amy R does this, and that's where I got it from her. I do have another set of rectangle dies that I got, and again, I think I wish like 5 years ago or whatever. I don't use them very often, but they have the stitching detail. And then I have oval ones that have piercing details. Sometimes I'll use like a couple strands of thread and stitch around them if I'm feeling like it, but like again, like I can cut a rectangle out using my trimmer, no problem, but I only bought these to use for any backgrounds that I want to create and want to specifically cut out of a certain area without you know, messing it up, because sometimes you'll cut with your trimmer and you're like, oh, I cut too much, or now you just have to play around with it too much. So I think it's good to have rectangle nested dies for that purpose. Another time when I buy dies is when there's stamp sets like this with snowflakes and there's a bunch of like open areas, because it's very difficult for the Brother Scan and Cut, because it will recognize all these little dots as individual shapes. So it'll want to cut out each and every single one of those. You might be able to get away with it if you add a border. I would have to try. I think last time I did cut this out of my machine, like I used a pencil and I like just kind of like drew a line through the dots and connected it to the base snowflake, so that there wasn't any issues with it thinking it's another image. And then I don't know, yeah, this one just cuts out the snowflakes and the circles, so it doesn't cut out the sentiments, but sentiments is another one. Sorry, these are all going to be Christmas set examples, but another one I bought the coordinating dies for was this CZ Design Clean Line Christmas, because I wanted to be able to cut out these sentiments. It comes with a triangle for the trays and the stars as well, which is not a problem cutting out on my machine, but because the sentiments are very thin lines, just try to get it so that there's less glare. Because the sentiments are very thin lines, trying to connect those with the pencil, like there's just too much connection. When it's something like a scripty font like this one, it wouldn't be as much work trying to do it, but like I would have to basically outline this. Again, you can also do that. You can like draw an outline around the sentiment and have your Scan and Cut think that that outline is your image, and then just cut on the line or outside the line depending on how close you make it. But again, like that's a lot of work. So for this I did decide to get the dies. And I actually also got it for the seed design set too, which is Ho-Ho postage, just because it's a lot of work for the machine just to get in and out of these areas. So I bought the dies to cut out the postage stamps, plus I can use these for other sets as well and just stamp any image I want on them. And then again, another snowflake set. I think Christina Warner designed both of these, I believe. But this one, like these are all open dots in here, and same with like these snowflakes, they're very delicate. There's like dotted lines here. I just thought for something like this, it would be easier to have the dies for them. Like I'm never ever gonna cut right on the line. So I do always want that border anyway. I don't necessarily need it for the circles, but it comes with the circle anyway, and I believe it fits over both of these because they're the same size. But yeah, those are the only times I do buy dies now. And then once in a while, again, I will grab some like different shapes off of Temu, or if there's some exciting shapes that I would like to use, then I will do that. But most of the stamp sets I get, I will not be buying coordinating dies for them, because like you're paying $20 for the stamp set, and then you're paying another $25 to $30 for the dies, so it just like saves you money over time to have the Brother Scan and Cut. Also, I'm not like affiliated or sponsored or anything by these people. I really love having the machine, and I did a lot of research before I did purchase it. I watched a lot of YouTube videos on how to use it, and it was very helpful for me. It is an investment because the one I bought was $400, and the newer ones I think go for a little bit more because they do have more features. But to me, like, to save up for something like that saves me in the long run, because I will continuously be buying stamp sets. I just actually put an order in from Simon Says Stamp for another 4 sets, I think. So I'll be, again, using my Brother Scan and Cut to cut out almost everything I color. Any image you see on here is most definitely cut on my Brother Scan and Cut. Once in a while, if it's a super, super easy image to cut out, I might fussy cut it, but I prefer not to. Drumroll. So the winner of my 100 subscriber giveaway is Jillian Walker, and I'll post that up in the corner there so you can see it. and I will show you what you'll be getting. Okay, so for the giveaway, you'll be getting 4 full sheets of cardstock that coordinate with the 8 sheets of pattern paper that I'll be giving away. And these are just kind of like birthday fun themes, mostly rainbow colors. There's a bit like male and female options as well, which is why I included the pink and the blues, because they go well with this collection. You'll also be getting 2 sheets of acetate if you want to make shaker cards, as well as 4 Nina Desert Storm card bases and 4 white hammer mill cardstock bases and 8 envelopes to go with those. You'll also get a birthday stamp set that I picked up at Michael's, along with some shaker bits in that holographic sequin that I used for the card that I made in last week's video. And I'm going to include a mini blending tool with a couple of foams that I also showed in a video recently, as well as the 2 completed cards that I did in last week's video as well. So overall you'll get 10 cards, 8 you can make, 2 you can just keep and give away, that are already good to go for you. So yeah, so Jillian, if you want to contact me in my email, I'll link it in the description down below, and we can sort out the details and get this shipped to you as soon as possible. So congratulations, thank you so much for your comment and your subscription to my channel, and I hope that you enjoy this card making kit. Okay, so that's it for today. Thanks again for joining me, guys. I will see you again next week for some more fun videos. Thanks, bye.